Welcome to Today at Keeneland. It is Thursday, April 14th. Gabby Gaudette. I am Scott Hazelton. I feel like I'm having a Gabby Gaudette type of morning.
What is that supposed to mean?
I got up. I was productive, and then things just started to crash. I got up. I handicapped for the weekend. I was going good, and then all of a sudden I felt like I had to catch up and run 100 miles an hour to make up like 20 lengths.
And you saw a black cat this morning.
I did. You were off shooting something back on the backside, or at least walking the backside, not shooting anything, and a black cat came running right this way. I think he was fully black. Maybe he had a spot of white, which would be something.
Let's hope so.
So it's either going to be an amazing day handicapping, or it could be an opening day type day handicapping.
We agree a lot today, so I don't know if I want to tie myself to your sinking ship.
Yesterday, there were some huge payoffs. Pick six carryover, $36,807.52. We'll leave the 52 cents off the back end there, but over $36,000 in the pick six. It was carrying going into the last race. And
pick five paid $200,000?
No, how about $326,000?
$320,000. Wow.
That'll help you pay your taxes if you need to do that here in the next few days. Let's go back to yesterday. Okay, so this is what happened yesterday. Be Like Water, by the way, I had this horse on top, and this is how I ended up, we'll get to that in a little bit, winning 12-1, 26 to win, and 12-20 to place on Be Like Water. That looks good right there. I'll take some of that. That was the Wednesday challenge.
No, you did a very good job. And then followed up by a big long shot, 73-1 winner, the biggest price of the meet so far.
Do you think we'll have a bigger price?
I don't know.
It seems unlikely. That's huge. There's the $131,000 early pick five. Then it was El Kabong. It was a brilliant ride by Corey Lannery, keeping this horse off the pace and bottled up down on the inside. The Keeneland sales grad gets it done for Ashbrook Farm at 17-1, and then Buck Moon at 12-1. Larry Ravelli, his second winner on the meet. Larry not here. I think Larry's in Chicago or he's in Florida. He's all over the spot, or all over the place, I should say. But here's a look at the pick four, $30,000 and $326,000 payoff in the pick five.
And there were a couple of heavy favorites in there. I think Verratti, the Todd Pletcher horse, Stage Raider was in the sequence as well for trainer Chad Brown. So that's where you got those big prices. The favorites really didn't deliver yesterday. And one other note, it did seem like you wanted to be forwardly placed on the main track yesterday and towards the inside. It is important to pay attention to how the track trends, because as the weather has changed so much in the last couple of days, it will change the track.
I think it's going to be like it was yesterday. That's just my prediction.
So
Average win payoff from yesterday, $37. We had four winners from post position number one, and we had five Keeneland sales grads. We talked about the payoffs. It was a giant day. If you got any piece of it, you are set up for a big rest of the year. You've got nothing to complain about the rest of the year if you had any part of that, but we will find a way to complain. That's just how handicappers are. All right, before we jump into today, let's go to WKYT for today's weather.
Overall, track conditions out there will improve as the day goes on, because we'll get rid of some of the early morning showers and things will start to dry up because we get full sunshine out here at Keeneland today. So sunshine helping out track conditions quite a bit. Temperatures are looking pretty good as well. We're in the 50s and 60s through post times out there today, so not a bad looking one, certainly considering where we've been with some of the cold weather already for this spring meet. Good luck out there. Win some money.
All right, Jim, perfect afternoon. We got sunshine behind us here in Lexington, Kentucky, at Keeneland Racecourse. Full card selections. You say we agree a lot.
Let's take a look. Race 2, we agree on the 1. Race 3, we agree on the 4. Race 4, we agree on the 5. And race 9, we agree on the 4. This is crazy, but I do think we had a couple of races where our top selections might have scratched, so pivoting a bit. But, we do agree a lot today.
A reminder, if you want to keep track of full card selections each and every day, go ahead and download the Keeneland Race Day app. It's available on your smart device, whether it be your tablet or your smartphone, and we update it as we go along. And once those scratches and changes do come in, get them updated for you as well. As far as social media is concerned, at Keeneland Racing on Twitter, at Keeneland on Facebook, at Keeneland on Instagram, and then TVG2. You'll catch us on TVG2 each and every day here on Today at Keeneland, each and every race day. Download the Watch TVG app. If you don't have a TVG2, it's on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. Did you do your TikTok thing this morning?
I did.
Was it straight
no
on?
Dancing
No
involved,
dancing?
unfortunately. Maybe next time, but we did do the TikTok. Talk about a long morning. Oh my gosh. We were fighting all the elements this morning. It was a long
Elements
morning.
of what?
The sun, you know.
Oh, the sun,
yeah,
yes, the wind.
But it's going to
the leaves falling down.
The pollen floating.
I'm
through
on
the
one
air.
today, and I don't know why. I feel like a hyper kid right now. Race number 8, this is our featured allowance race. Speaking of TikToks, our man Huey, one of the green coats, he was in one of the videos from opening day when they had the photo booth.
Was he dancing?
He was dancing. He had a flag he was twirling around.
Nice.
Misty Vale's a scratch. This is a good field. Fluffy Socks is the 2-1 morning line favorite in this race. It's an allowance race worth $140,000 on the turf course, and I'll go away from Fluffy Socks. I feel like Fluffy Socks may be the most mentioned horse in the history of today at Keeneland.
Socks.
From you.
Okay,
I don't have a problem with Fluffy Socks. They don't fit in my shoes, though. Princess Causeway is where I go in this spot. The Giants Causeway mare, who comes out of a race at Turfway Park where she was chasing the very fast Caravel. We go back to October. This is the 20th, as you can clearly see, where she ends up running a good race here, enough to go wire to wire in against Allowance Company. Out of this race, she moves over to the main track. They run her in the Grade 3 Chaluki at Churchill, one-turn mile event on the dirt. Then she runs into Sweet Melania in the Swanee River down at Gulfstream Park. Then those two synthetic tries sprinting. She's back to routing what she wants to do. She's back on this grass course, which we've seen her run well over. She did it over a good listed turf course. I'd be shocked if it's anything better than good listed today, is at least faster. The turf course has been fantastic this meet so far here at Keeneland Racecourse, and it's going to be for the remainder of it. But she goes wire to wire, in my opinion, in this race. And then I've got the 5, Norma Jean B, who, by the way, Norma Jean B will be offered at the upcoming Keeneland April sale on the 29th. She's hit 63 for elite sales. And then the number 7 horse, Fluffy Socks, my third choice. She comes out of a tough race. I mean, Queen Goddess and Going Global, those runners that she faced in defeat, are very good runners. And we just saw Going Global win another graded stakes race in Southern California. But give me the 1, and let's hope that she can go wire to wire.
It's always a question, though, for those 3-year-old fillies turning 4 who have only competed against 3-year-olds last year. Sometimes it is a little bit of a class test, and considering the price she might be later today, I took a small shot against her as well. I went to the 6, Curly Ruth here for trainer Eddie Keneally. We'll take you back to her race when she was last at Keeneland. This was over a good listed turf course as well. Adam Pesquizzo was aboard this day. She got a beautiful trip that day, and she also just got up in time at nice price of 8-1. This is a filly that's won 4 times before in the past as well. She obviously is a winner here at Keeneland too. She kind of has like that grinding running style, and she just kept on coming until she got to the finish line here, just up in time by 3/4 of a length. To me, last year she was improving as a 4-year-old, and this year as a 5-year-old mare, I think she might be in her best form. So she's moving in the right direction. I'll use her on top with Fluffy Socks underneath, and then the number 2, Temple City Terror. She's one that I think the class is there. You could actually argue that she is the best in terms of class in this race. She went against horses like Dalika and Daddy's is a Legend, but I wonder if this distance is a little bit too short for her. I think she needs a farther distance. So 6-7-2 for me in the feature.
It's a phenomenal feature race, the Calumet featured allowance race today. For more on this, let's go to Tom Leach.
Trainer Eddie Keneally saddles Curly Ruth in the allowance feature. She's been off for a little while. How's she training?
She's training well. She's training really well. We're happy with her. She likes it here at Keeneland. Had a good work here the other morning, and she won a nice race here in the fall. So I think there's a little cut in the ground. Had plenty of rain, but that won't bother her.
So she handles that just fine?
I think so, yeah. A little softer turf would be fine, yeah.
It's a tough spot.
Yeah, there's some graded stakes winners in there. It's an allowance race, but it's an open allowance race. So
looks like a stake.
It does. There's plenty of stake caliber horses in there. So, it's a good race, but that's kind of what you expect at this level at Keeneland. 4 other than allowance. There's some quality mares around.
Ideally, how would you like the race to unfold for her to have her best shot?
Well, stay on the grass first. We're getting some more rain, but she would run either way. But if it's on the grass, I think she likes to be forwardly placed without being on the lead. It looks like there is some other speed in the race, maybe more speed than what we have, which would be fine. So ideally, I'd like to just sit off the leaders.
Good luck.
Thank you.
It's Eddie Keneally. He's got Curly Ruth in the allowance feature on today's card.
She's a very well-bred filly, Keeneland September graduate, and she's out of that first dam, Rutharian, who was quite a runner during her career. We look forward to the featured 8th race, the Calumet Stakes, later on today. Time now for our key races of the afternoon. I'll start with race number 4. And I thought I was getting cute going against Baby Yoda, but my guess is, and I was going to have one for Richie on top, my guess is Cipriano Contreras down at Oaklawn Park with this gelding, saw the entries come out, saw Baby Yoda entered in this race and said, all right, we're not leaving Hot Springs, Arkansas. We'll figure something else out. And the crazy thing about Baby Yoda is the fact that he is eligible for this starter 10. But you have to keep in mind that he was debuted for maiden 10 when he broke his maiden by 8. The follow-up race, he was defeated, but then he moved over to Bill Mott's barn via a private purchase, ran those giant numbers. What kind of speed figure? 114, which is ridiculous.
I can see Bill Mott just sitting in his office. I'm going to run him here.
This is the definition of unfair in so many ways, but it's not unfair because
he's eligible.
He is eligible for this race. I don't know that I've seen this ever happen. We've seen good horses in the past continue on through the starter ranks and get good and just keep on going. But a horse like this, to come from a maiden 10, to run the kind of races that he has, and be back in against starter company is just insane. But, you know, he was defeated to Bank on Shea last time out for what it's worth. He ran in the Malibu behind Flightline, one of the best horses in the country. He's out on the West Coast for Hronis Racing and John Sadler. He's getting ready, I believe, for the Met Mile. But this is Baby Yoda's race. It's 5-3-6. Beverly Park's a nice horse. He won twice last meet for Lynn Cash, the owner and trainer of the number 3 horse. But he needs to step up to Baby Yoda, and Baby Yoda needs to fall down as far as form is concerned. What do you think his price will be?
I was gonna ask you that question, and also how many lengths do you think he'll win by?
I'd say 3. I mean, I do think that Beverly Park's a nice horse.
True.
I lean 1-9, but I'd say 1-5. But it's somewhere. It's between 1-9 and 1-5.
I think with the scratches, probably closer to